During this time, one of the best ways that we can bless older adults is through meaningful interaction. Hi everyone, I'm Isabel Tom and I graduated from Houghton College, class of 2005. And there are a number of ways that we can do this. The first way I would suggest is anytime we connect with an older person, whether it's a grandparent, a parent, an older neighbor or friend, be sure to say, "I love you." And just truthfully, during this time, we don't know how much time we have left with our older loved ones. And so it is really important and beneficial for us to tell them that we love them every time we connect with them, but also for the older person in your life. It's a very challenging time and often even more isolating time for older adults. And so when we remind our older loved ones that we love them, it reassures and reminds them that they have support and love from family and friends. So the second way that I would suggest to bless your elderly relatives and family members during this time is to use this time to find out about their history. When you're connecting with them over the phone or FaceTime or however, whether you're writing them emails or texts, use this time to find out about their history. For the older person, this can be really therapeutic. It can be healthy for them to be able to share their story. And it's just such a blessing when we inquire and we ask them about their lives. For us, I would say some of us, especially if you live with your loved one, it can be hard sometimes because you hear the same story over and over again. Well, if you're in that boat, then make sure you record these stories. Having worked with older adults, one of the things that I often hear after a loved one passes is that family members wish they had written down or recorded the videos of their loved ones sharing their story. And so it is just really beneficial for them, healthy for them, but also for us to find out about their history. The third way that I would suggest to bless the older person in your life is to start with good morning. And this is specifically a recommendation for those of you who maybe during this time you're not finding that you have more time, you actually have less time because your work is even more demanding. So I would say start with good morning and don't underestimate the power of just a quick check-in. A lot of times older adults, our parents or grandparents, they don't necessarily need to have a 5-hour conversation with us, but I think they just want to know that we care. And so that means a lot just to get a good morning, whether through text, phone, or FaceTime. And it can be a 2-minute conversation, but it can bless them immensely. So just to summarize, 3 ways that you can bless the older person in your life. Number 1, be sure that every conversation that you have with your loved one includes "I love you." Number 2, find out about your grandparent or parent's history and record it. Number 3, don't underestimate the power of good morning. I hope those ideas provide you just some practical ways to bless the older people in your life during this time. I actually first heard about Houghton through Kevin Tom, who graduated the class of 2004, who is now my husband. He went to Houghton before I did, and I knew him in high school. I would say one of my favorite, best memories is when we were near the end of our field hockey season and there was a blizzard during practice and the snow just came down so fast, and our tournament the next day ended up being all in snow. And I just feel like that would only happen in a place like Houghton. So it was just tons of fun, lots of good memories, and I just remember being so cold. So my Houghton education, and I would say my experience as a student, but also athlete, I really believe it encouraged me to be humble, to work hard, and to do everything to pursue my work with excellence, and just to be a good example for Christ. So I just remember, I think it was Professor Bates, I was a business major, said that we need more Christians in the business world. And so that example that I had from professors, but also just the student body and coaches just really encouraged me to want to serve well in everything and to be humble in it, no matter what role that God put me in.